Are you ready for some great meal ideas? Well, come along with me while we go through this week's What's for Dinner. Great, easy, simple recipes for weeknight meals. Hello, family and friends. I'm Susan, and welcome to my home. And on this week's menu, we have crispy chicken fried rice, crockpot taco pasta, slow cooker rotisserie chicken, and Hamburger Helper. It's Monday night, and are you ready for a good stir fry? Well, tonight I'm going to be making crispy chicken stir fried rice. So good, so easy, and so quick. So come on along. Let me show you how I do the stirred rice. And my ponytail is already up. So let's get cooking. I'm going to make some crispy chicken fried rice tonight. So I've got 2 large chicken breasts that are cut up into squares, basically. I've got some onion powder, some garlic powder, some liquid aminos. I've got some cornstarch, a can of mixed vegetables, a little oyster sauce, some sesame oil, and of course some paprika. I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken spiced up. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon paprika, it calls for 1 tablespoon of light and dark soy sauce. I am just going to use liquid aminos, and I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons. And I'm going to mix it well together. And I'm going to add in a little bit of cornstarch. That's what's going to give it its crispiness. Let me mix that well together. I'm going to add in about 2 teaspoons of olive oil into the pan. Might have been a little bit more. And I have got the wok heating nicely. It is on about an 8. I'm going to go ahead, since I can feel it being hot, go ahead and put the chicken in it. And let that start searing up. Kind of loud, but here's the chicken. And it is looking really good. So it's time to take it out of the pan. And next I'm going to add the mixed vegetables. And I'm just using a can. It said a cup. I'm just using a can. It's all the same. And let them warm up just a little bit. Now I'm going to put the vegetables over to the side, and I'm going to add in 3 eggs. It calls for 2 eggs and 2 egg whites. I'm just going for 3 eggs. Put it over to the side. And now I'm basically going to stir it until the egg scrambles. And I do have it on about a 7 is what I've got it on. So I'm just going to sit here and do this until the egg actually scrambles. Now the egg is lightly scrambled basically, and I'm going to go ahead and add all of the mixed vegetables in with it, because it's going to continue to keep cooking. That looks really good. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and add in about 10 ounces of old rice. Basically, I cooked it yesterday, so it's not fresh rice. And I'm going to go ahead and break it all up and get it distributed amongst the rest of the ingredients. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce or liquid aminos. A tablespoon of oyster sauce. And a teaspoon of sesame oil. Now I'm going to mix all that up. And it smells really good. And I'm going to add the chicken back in. And stir it all up. Now let's get this out and get it plated. Alright, let me get Danny a bunch of the chicken. And stir-fried rice and vegetables. And there we go. Crispy chicken stir-fried rice. It's What's for Dinner, Monday night. It's Tuesday night, and we are going to be having some taco pasta tonight for supper. Quick, simple, easy, one skillet kind of meal. Because it's Tuesday night. I don't want to mess up a lot of dishes. So let me get this ponytail up, and let's get to making some Mexican. And we're going to be making some easy slow cooker taco pasta, but not in the slow cooker. Didn't care to put the meat in this morning, so I'm going to make it now whenever I get home from work. So I've got some elbow pasta. I've got a can of diced tomatoes, a can of corn, the majority of a jar of salsa, some taco seasoning, and some Mexican cheese, and 1 pound of hamburger I'm going to cook up. I'm probably going to add some onion to go along with that in some shape, form, or fashion, because y'all know I love onion. So let's get to making what I call taco pasta. And I'm going to add in the bell pepper and some onion, because y'all knew I was going to put some in here. That's just me. Alright. I'm going to put in 1 can. It says diced tomatoes. It says crushed tomatoes. Well, you know, I've got diced. That's what I got. I'm going to add in 1 can of whole kernel corn that's been drained. I did not drain the tomatoes. I figured we would need some of that juice with the pasta. I'm going to go ahead and put in the almost 1 cup of salsa. Which was actually pretty good, but don't want it to go to waste, so it's going in this. This is what you call cleaning out the fridge night. Yeah, there's a salsa in there. Let's use it on something. Okay, now I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning. 1, 2, 3. So we've got some taco-ness going on, that's for sure. I may have needed to have gotten a bigger container. I don't know if this is going to fit it all or not. We're going to find out. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the hamburger back into the mix. And stir that in. And I'm going to get a bigger container. This ain't going to hold it. I've changed it to a bigger pot. The only thing I don't like about this pot is these handles get hot. I can't grab it and maneuver it whenever it gets really hot. So we've got that going on. And I'm going to go ahead and add 2.5 cups of chicken broth. Like I said, I'm doing this on the fly, guys. It's supposed to be in the crock pot all day. I didn't think it needed to be. All these vegetables didn't need to be sitting in a crock pot all day. The next thing is I'm going to put about 10 ounces of elbow macaroni in this. Just because that's what I had. And mix that in with all the water. Make sure all of it's down under the water, that way it'll cook. And I'm going to turn this on about medium and let it cook for about 20 minutes, and we'll see where we're at. And here we go, taco pasta. I'm going to go ahead and put some cheese on top of it. Oh, cheese on top of it. And a little bit of sour cream. Okay, and that's what's for supper Tuesday night. Taco pasta. Now, it did say to use a piece of aluminum foil and kind of roll it up to put underneath the bird so it doesn't stay on the bottom of the crock pot. And this is exactly what it said to do. Roll it up into like a little spiral, which is what I'm doing. Press it down a little bit, and then you put the bird on top of it so it lifts it up so it doesn't stay down on the very bottom. And then here is my little bitty bird that I got on sale. And I'm going to put breast side up right here. Put it on the aluminum. It's a decent little size bird, but it fits perfectly. I'll try to put it in the very middle. And I'm not going to put any juice in it. It didn't say put juice inside of it. And I'm going to sprinkle it with the Lowry's Chicken and Poultry Rub. I mean, I am a liberal sprinkler. I am, yeah. Now I'm just going to pat it all in. There we go. Now, I've got this on low. Let it cook all day while I'm away at work. And we will all see how it looks like whenever I come back. They do say that at the end you have to get it out and put it under the broiler to get the top skin crispy, which I will do that. That's not a problem. That's an easy do if the chicken's completely done. So, we'll find out when I get home. But other than that, see you whenever I get back from work. It's Wednesday night. You saw me put a whole chicken in the crock pot this morning. Now, it's time to get it out and make a couple sides with it so we can have some supper. Rotisserie Crockpot Chicken is what I'm making, and it turns out so good. Buy your chicken at the store, rotisserie it yourself using your crock pot. Who knew? I knew. I've done it a couple times before. But my ponytail is already up. Let's get to eating. Okay, and I've came into something smelling really good. And this, whoop, is fogging up the thing. This is what the chicken looks like, just in the crock pot with the spices on it. The skin's not crispy, but if you didn't care for crispy skin, this would be all you'd need to do. I am going to go ahead and put it in the oven under broil and let it broil for a little bit, see if I can crisp up the skin. It doesn't need it in my estimations. It looks really good. It's all cooked, and all the juices that cooked out of the bird are down around on the sides of the bird. Well, we'll see what it looks like once I put it in the oven, and I'll bring you back to take a look at the final product. And after roasting it in the oven for about 2 or 3 minutes, the skin is crisper. I didn't get it too crisp because I don't care for the skin that much. But it looks golden brown. Mind you, the wing fell off. It's so bright, blasted tender. I've got some gravy going that I put a cornstarch slurry in to thicken up real quick. And of course, some mixed greens. And 90-second rice. So let's get this bad boy plated up. Here's one of the chicken breasts. It is beautiful and looks so tender. I'm going to put some mixed greens on the plate. Some quick rice. And I'm going to put a little bit of the gravy over the chicken and the mixed greens. It hasn't thickened up quite as much as I would have liked it, but that's okay. It is just a little bit of goodness to go over everything. Here we go. Whole chicken in the crock pot. Who would have thought it? But it's what's for dinner tonight, and it looks dang good. It's Thursday night. We're going to have a quick, easy meal. Hamburger Helper. Can't get any more simpler than that. I always have Hamburger Helper in my pantry just in case something happens. I decide I don't want something I've got on the menu that day. Makes it quick and easy. So let's get started making this quick, easy meal. My ponytail is already up. Let's get to cooking. And it's Hamburger Helper night. I've got a lot going on tonight. We've got a lot we're going to be doing this weekend. So something quick, easy, simple that's a one-pan cleanup is what I'm doing. So let me get the hamburger all browned up and we'll get everything started. And the hamburger is nicely browned up. I'm going to go ahead and add in the flavor packet from the Hamburger Helper. And the actual noodles. And 3 cups of water. This is the tomato basil penne, which is one of our favorites. And I probably should do a couple recipes where I zhuzh up a Hamburger Helper, because I can do that too. Just I didn't think about it tonight. But, you know, adding tomatoes or onions or other things to some of the Hamburger Helpers really brings it to the next level. And this one actually says it's really good with ground sausage. And I could see some spicy Italian sausage in this. That would be really good. Just didn't, like I said, didn't have a thought to do it up or zhuzh it up. But I might have to bring that to you with a couple other ones because I'd also got some chicken helpers. Have to try those too. They looked really good. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Let me go ahead and bring it up to a boil actually. You bring it up to a boil and then you turn it down to a simmer and you cover it. And you let it simmer about 16 minutes. And then if it's still a little bit watery, you turn it off and the noodles will absorb the water. But I like mine to where it's got just a little bit of juice in it, so it's not totally absorbed. But let me go ahead and I'll bring you back whenever all this gets ready to go. And here it is. After about 16 minutes in, it has absorbed quite a bit of the liquid, but still has, a little bit of liquid in it. Now, whenever I plate it, you can do a couple different things. You can put some Parmesan cheese on top of it or some mozzarella on top of it. Danny doesn't like either of those. So let's go ahead and get these plated. And here you go. Tomato basil, Hamburger Helper, without a lot of the extra because Danny just likes it as it is. I hope you've enjoyed this week's What's for Dinner. I tell you what, that taco pasta really surprised me. It was so good. I'll definitely have to make that one again. Join me again next week for 4 more quick, easy meals to make on the weeknights. And I'm going to be doing a couple different ideas, like low-budget meals and kid-friendly meals. They'll be coming along sometime soon. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We'd love for you to become part of our channel's family. Until next week, see you then. Don't forget to click that link below and subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And let our family be a part of your family.